few weeks ago, I was getting ready as usual in the morning, and I opened my bedroom window to realize that there was something wrong with the window. When I tried to investigate what was wrong with the window, I realized that the window was broken. And I thought, well, that's not a great start of the day, but okay, it's fine. It happens. Later on, I went to the kitchen and I thought to have some breakfast before I leave to realize that I didn't have any milk in the fridge. I wasn't too happy about that, but of course, what can you do? In all this chaos, broken window, no milk for the tea, I forgot completely that I had a meeting at 9 a.m. I only realized that when I received an email later on saying that, oh, we had a meeting this morning and we didn't see you there. You can imagine my situation at the time. I felt extremely upset and I thought to myself, well, why all these things have gone wrong all at once? Why? What is it? Anyways, after feeling all those feelings, of course, what else I could do? So a few days went by and I stumbled upon this one phenomenon referred to as Murphy Law. And the more I read about it, the more I could relate myself to it. Hi everybody, this is Dr. Samreen. I'm a full-time academic in the UK and I'm making these YouTube videos to share all the things I have learned through my journey. Murphy Law, famously known as all those things which may go wrong would go wrong. This principle came into being at the Edward Air Force Base in 1949 during a high-speed rocket sled experiment. Captain Murphy, who was engineer and captain at the time, coined this term Murphy Law after a technician wired a device incorrectly. Instead of looking at this as a disaster, they looked at this with wisdom and humor. And since that time, Murphy Law is known for things which may go wrong. And to be honest, we can find so many examples around us, from small to big, where we can see the execution of Murphy Law. For example, you're tripping on the rug. Or if you look at the big things, look at Titanic, which was believed to be unsinkable, yet it hit the iceberg. Or the Mars Climate Orbiter, which was lost in space due to a simple matrix system mess up. Now, if you ask me if there's any scientific research behind it, there is some in sociology, but I won't be able to name it for you. I can tell you one thing for sure, based on my experience, that when this happens to you in person, you really think that, oh my God, everything is going wrong. Is the universe against me? Why this is happening to me? But what we tend to forget, that perhaps we might not be fully prepared for those tasks which are going wrong. Or maybe due to hurry in the situation or lacking attention to detail, we might be faltering at these things. So for example, what I was telling you earlier in the beginning of this video, my personal story, when I didn't find milk in the fridge, whose mistake was that? Of course mine, because I didn't buy milk in time. Or when I saw the window broken, whose mistake was mine? Of course mine, because the window, I could see it was rusty for some time. I didn't pay enough attention to that. And in all of that, I forgot that my meeting was at 9 a.m. scheduled. To avoid that, I could also have put a reminder for myself that I need to attend this meeting at 9 a.m. So remind me perhaps 10-15 minutes ago, so I'm prepared for the meeting. So Murphy Law doesn't tell us that, we are doomed to fail, but actually it really tells us we need to prepare really well and we always need to have a plan B. And this is the main learning from Murphy Law, that yes, if something goes wrong, it would, but what we have done to prepare for those consequences. And so it's always important to have a plan B. Yes, we always have a plan A, but what if that thing goes wrong? Do we have a plan B for that? If not, we need to have a plan B. Secondly, we need to make sure that we prepare ourselves really well without any hurry. So I have learned a few things from this Murphy Law, and these are, first of all, no matter what happens, always look at the brighter side. My second learning was, I always have to prepare for the worst. As they always say, expect the good, but ready for the worst. So yes, if I'm planning something, if I'm going somewhere, if I have a meeting and I have that plan, brilliant. But if that doesn't go as per my plan, what's my plan B? So it's very important for me to have that alternative as well. Thirdly, it's extremely important to prepare well. Prepare ahead, prepare in time, give yourself enough time to prepare for the situation, and do not falter in the hurry. Do not falter in terms of not putting enough attention to your task, because if you're prepared really well, even though if the task does not go as per the plan, you can always come up with something even in the last minute. And my final learning from Murphy Law is the power of resilience. You see, life is full of uncertainties, and if we are not really ready to expect the unexpected, you would really be stressing every single day, and perhaps that's not good for us, as we all know and agree on. So be resilient and still try to find what you can do best to your ability in any situation. Well, I hope that was helpful. Do let me know in the comment section if you have ever experienced Murphy Law in your life. Until next video, take care. Bye.